What's up? This is your girl DJ Super Tang, and you are watching New Generation TV.
Welcome to the Conscious Party Show. We have a special guest today, Miss Movita Johnson-Harrell. Movita, you have a book that's coming out soon?
I do. So first, thank you for having me on the show, Bernard. Really appreciate it. And in the spring, I will be releasing my book, Phoenix Ascending.
All right, and so what is the topic or the subject matter for Phoenix
So the
Ascending?
crux of Phoenix Ascending, it's a memoir that pretty much goes from the time that I'm a child until I lose my son, Charles Andre Johnson. He was killed January 13, 2011 in a case of mistaken identity. But I go through this period in my life because I am a survivor of molestation as a child. I'm a survivor of adult rape, and I'm a survivor of addictions. I'm a co-survivor 4 times of homicide. And the one thing that we know is that 70% of Americans suffer from some form of trauma. That's over 223 million people. And a lot of these people typically self-medicate or look for other ways to deal with their trauma as opposed to learning how to heal through trauma. And especially in the Black community, we're not taught to seek treatment, right?
Sure.
So Phoenix Ascending is talking about rising from your ashes, healing from your trauma, and moving beyond that pain.
Okay, and one of the reasons why I invited you here is you had came through one of the workshops that we were doing in the Cobbs Creek area of Philadelphia, and you had, your testimony was so powerful. And one of the things that came up is basically, as Black people, we have post-traumatic stress disorder in our DNA. Okay, when the slaves were free, no one gave them any counseling. Okay, and so these things occur. So, what is one of the goals of the book so that when people are reading through it, hopefully that they will get out of your story?
So a couple of things. One of the purposes for the book, which has been a labor of love for a very long time, even before I lost my son, was so that people can understand that they are not alone, right? Going through this, as you saw in the workshop that we did in the park, people didn't even realize that they were in therapy, right? And it has historically been taboo in African American communities to seek therapy. I'm a social worker by trade and training. Most people know me from the prayer that was done at my swearing in when I became state representative in the House of Representatives, when I was pretty much told as a Black Muslim woman that I didn't belong there. But one thing that I tell people is no matter where you go in this world, you take you and your trauma with you. So the idea behind the book is to give people the courage to heal beyond their trauma, to give people the courage to seek treatment, and for them to know that they're not alone.
Okay. Now, after the book is published and you're doing a whole bunch of tours, hopefully you're going to be on some very large platforms. We definitely want you to come back to NGTV and keep us posted. And in addition, hopefully, we can work on some other projects, because one of the goals of NGTV is to provide a voice for the community. That's why we're a streaming channel, but instead of being a streaming movie channel, we're trying to be a full service channel to give our community a voice. And so we appreciate you taking the time to share your story and your experiences to help others. So thank you for coming through, and tell us how we can look, or where should we look for when we want to find your book?
So I am very easy to find. I am my IG, my Facebook, my Twitter, all at Movita Johnson-Harrell. The website is phoenixascending.com. The email is ascensioncommunity@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on NGTV, and I look forward to us doing a lot of work in the future.
Much appreciated.
Hey, this is Fame from Fame Productions here at NGTV Studios. Thank you for checking out the Conscious Party Show, where they have interviews, features, and informations that you definitely want to hear.
Hi, I'm Movita Johnson-Harrell. Keep tuning into NGTV. Look out for my book in the spring, Phoenix Ascending. Over 70% of Americans suffer with some form of trauma. We're talking about 223 million people in the United States have recovered from drug addiction, homicide, molestation, and rape. So that's a lot of healing for a lot of people. Come take this journey with me. Rise from your ashes.